Good morning and welcome. Please remain standing as you are able. My name is Benoit Antoine Bacon. I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of this great institution, the University of British Columbia. It is my great pleasure to be here with you today. And I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Syilx Okanagan people on whose traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory we are gathered today. Please join me in reflecting on the importance of understanding the histories that brought us to this land and to seek to understand our place within the history. And at this time, I would like to invite Amber Cardenas and Whitney Cardenas, members of the Okanagan Nation, to sing the Okanagan song.
Hello, good day, everyone, and some of my relatives. The song we're singing is in our language, and what it says is Atliku Swiwi Numta. We are beautiful. Atliku Sukunach Kane, because we are Okanagan, and Atlia Hai Timhulau, because this land, our land, is beautiful. And the reference of beauty in this song doesn't refer to physical outer beauty. It refers to the connection we have with this land and this place. And that since time immemorial, our people have been here and caretaking this place. And all of you being a part of that now, I hope you admire and also hold that beauty within yourselves, fellow graduates of UBC Okanagan, because this is a beautiful place, and you're not only the future, you're now. So wherever you go, just remember this place and carry that beauty with you as well. And have a good day. Don't let anything, shadow this day, because this day is for you to celebrate all of your hard work. Wai'ihi.
Thank you so much for opening our ceremony in a good way, and this land is so beautiful. Everyone, we pause for a moment to give thanks, spiritual and temporal, on this important occasion. We acknowledge and pay tribute to those who are unable to join us today, remembering those who've made an impact in our lives and community, and appreciating those who've contributed to the success of our graduates. We pause to appreciate the blessings we share and acknowledge these proud students, their great achievements, as well as their families and friends. We invite you to remain standing as you're able while the band performs O Canada. The words are shown on screen, and we invite you to sing along. Please be seated, everyone. Chancellor Point, the Honorable Dr. Ross Fitzpatrick, Mohini Singh, City of Kelowna Councillor, Dr. Pauline Terbaska, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors, the Senate, faculty, staff, alumni, and most especially you, the graduates, as well as your families and friends, everyone joining us here today or online, welcome to UBC's graduation ceremony. It's a great privilege for me to be here today to celebrate the newest graduates of the University of British Columbia, the class of 2024. Congratulations on your tremendous achievement. You can be very proud, and we are exceptionally proud of you. Higher education is my whole life. It saved me from my own mental health and substance use issues that lasted for over 2 decades as I struggled to recover from growing up in a dysfunctional, unsafe home. I will be forever grateful. I've been at UBC for 7 months. It's been incredible to discover the 2 beautiful campuses. I love coming to the Okanagan. I continue to be impressed with all that I see here. A close-knit, research-intensive, beautiful campus, deep ties to the Indigenous community, and the true entrepreneurial spirit of the Okanagan. This place is truly special. Everyone, please enjoy this beautiful day. And it's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Leslie Cormack, Principal of UBCO, to offer remarks. Again, all my congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Becon. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Leslie Cormack, and I'm the principal of UBC's Okanagan campus. First thing to say, congratulations. You all made it. Today is important. It's a big day. You can feel it. You know, I've attended many graduation ceremonies as a graduating student, as a professor, a supervisor, an academic leader, and arguably most memorable of all, as the parent of a graduating student. One might think it would get old, that the ritual would seem overdone, but that's not been my experience. This ritual ties all of you to a millennia of scholars who have walked this way before, a body of scholars who have and can change the world for better. Standing up here, looking at all of you, I can feel the excitement, the joy, the relief. I can see your professors, your parents, your friends, and loved ones sharing this moment with you. And I know that for many of you, there are loved ones around the world thinking of you right now. The pride is palpable and so well-deserved. Today is the accumulation of years of assignments, exams, late nights, and the occasional light bulb moment of inspiration. You did it. You should be beyond proud of yourselves, because we are certainly very proud of you. Your time at UBC has equipped you to excel in your future career and to be the engaged, committed global citizens we all need you to be in this constantly changing world. It took dedication and perseverance to reach this moment of celebration. Many of you, in fact, didn't receive a traditional high school graduation celebration due to the pandemic. So at some level, this is your graduation for both of those events. So really, really take advantage of this. I know that with the difficult, heart-wrenching events taking place in our world, celebrating in safety and peace can feel conflicting. But you know, celebrations are important, perhaps especially at these times. We need, I think, to take a moment to see the accomplishments, to know that you did this, and you can do other hard things as well. You should feel the joy of achievement and the inspiration that achievement can turn outward and become a force for change. Joy brings hope, and hope can change the world. When you think of all the students here in this room who will go out into the world and bring with them positive change, it is awe-inspiring. It's frankly the reason that UBC exists as an institution, to equip and empower those who have the drive to change the world. And you now officially have joined the ranks of UBC alumni. Congratulations. But know, as you go out into the world, that with this degree comes responsibility. You are responsible to think rationally, to look for evidence, to find creative and innovative solutions that leave the world a better place than you found it. Never forget that responsibility of being a scholar, which all of you are. When you leave here today, please know that UBC is here to support you as you now join the ranks of UBC's distinguished alumni. This illustrious network includes prime ministers, entrepreneurs, astronauts, artists, world changers, and now each of you. As you relish this moment of well-earned celebration, remember that our future is in your hands. Looking out at all of you, I have high hopes for that future. On behalf of the University of British Columbia and the entire Okanagan campus, congratulations, class of 2024. So every year at Convocation, UBC has the honor of bestowing honorary degrees upon individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. Deborah Buzzard is one of those individuals, and I invite her to step forward to receive her honorary degree. Mr. Chancellor, Professor Deborah Buzzard is an accomplished academic, leader, and a passionate advocate for the role universities play in society. During her 8-year tenure as Deputy Vice Chancellor and Principal of UBC Okanagan, she exemplified an unwavering dedication to helping a young campus transform into an institution with world-class academic programs and facilities. Most recently, she led UBC as its interim president, serving from 2022 to 2023. Throughout her UBC career, her leadership, advocacy, and visionary approach have extended to the broader community and has fostered and strengthened the university's relationships with industries, health agencies, and educational institutions within Canada and abroad. Her commitment to partnerships were instrumental in supporting the rapid growth of research at UBC Okanagan, with research activity and funding more than doubling during her leadership of the campus. A passionate advocate for education, social justice and reconciliation and community engagement, she fostered a culture of responsibility and progress, enriching lives across the Okanagan region, British Columbia, and Canada. Her deep commitment to reconciliation resulted in advancing meaningful partnerships with the Okanagan Nation Alliance. In 2019, this culminated in the signing of UBC Okanagan's Declaration of Truth and Reconciliation Commitments, initiating reconciliation actions across campus. In addition, she was instrumental in creating more opportunities for Indigenous students to attend UBC Okanagan and ensuring that culturally sensitive services were in place to support their success. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of her profound and lasting impact upon this university, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa upon Professor Deborah Buzzard.
By authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Deborah Buzzard, the title and degree, Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations.
It now gives me great pleasure to ask Dr. Buzzard to say a few words.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, President Bacon. Thanks to all of the platform party who are here, to Chancellor Point, colleagues, friends, and most of all, the graduating students and families. And thank you, UBC, for this truly extraordinary honor. I am delighted to be here with the class of 2024, a very special class. As the principal has said, your studies have been interrupted by a pandemic, and here you are. You made it. Congratulations, fellow graduates. I'm truly honored to be on the stage with you today. Having spent my life in academia, I know how transformative universities are, the power of education to change people's lives, and the impact that the university has on its community. Think of cities like Montreal, Oxford, Boston, and the great universities that are at their hearts. You can imagine how thrilled I was to join UBC Okanagan in 2012. It was something unimaginable, a startup campus of a great world-class university. Imagine being invited to be a part of an adventure like that. I was absolutely blown away. And I want to use this moment to say very briefly some important thank yous to the folks who brought this campus to where it is today. First, to the Silks Okanagan people. This campus is unique in Canada as having been founded in partnership with the host nation and being the first campus in Canada to offer a degree in Indigenous language fluency, which graduated its first class last year, and I had the extraordinary chance to be back as the president to be part of celebrating that class. Thank you to everyone, and there are many, many people who worked so hard for more than a decade to make that new program come into being. Thank you also to the visionaries in this community, the community of the Okanagan, the UBC community, local and provincial governments, the numerous supporters and donors who believed in the possibility of a new campus here and made it happen. Some of those names that you see on buildings are those of people who have supported the university, and the advocacy and support of the community here brought this campus into being. That's truly a remarkable achievement. Thank you to the partners and professionals in the region. And by professionals, I mean the teachers, the engineers, the health professionals, etc., who supported the creation of new professional schools and programs here. Without their leadership and mentoring, it would not have been possible. Thank you for supporting our students as they moved on to serve society in their professions. Thank you for all that you did to make this happen here. And finally, thank you to the UBC community. Students, the UBCO community, and UBC Vancouver, students, faculty, staff, the facilities and operations folks, the people who make this campus work. You have created an extraordinary place for people to work and study and live. It's been a joy to be a part of seeing that come into being. As I said, UBC Okanagan is a startup. It isn't 20 years old yet, so it's probably younger than most of you here. It's just beginning its journey. Imagine what it might be like after its first century. UBC is now into its second century. What does it mean to be a great university? Of course, you're probably aware there are lots of fancy rankings, all sorts of different ones. But what it really comes down to, what we're trying to measure, is the impact of the university. And what is the greatest impact that the university has? It is, of course, the work of the graduates. It is you. And the university's motto, of course, is, "It is yours." You are UBC. You, the graduates of 2024, will be the defining force of the impact of UBC Okanagan in this century, through the lives that you live, the work that you do, and the communities that you build. The students who cross the day today have been part of founding this campus, defining its character. As graduates, you can be very proud of your individual accomplishments and also for your role in building this institution and shaping what it will be in 100 years' time. And as alumni, I encourage you to stay involved and to help shape the future of this great place. And now it's time for me to say to the grads, tuum est, it's over to you. And once again, to say an enormous thank you to the UBC community for giving me this great honor. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Oops. Thank you, Dr. Buzzard, for those inspirational words. It's now my pleasure to call upon Livia Gallarty, member of the graduating class, to make remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Cormack. Mr. Chancellor, honored guests, and fellow graduates. It is an incredible honor to stand before you as a student speaker of this remarkable class. As I was writing this speech, I reflected on how incredible it is that each of us had our own distinct paths that led us to this moment. Some of us, like me, come from other countries, while others have lived their entire lives around here. Yet our paths have converged here today, and I'm so grateful to have met and formed friendships with so many of you along the way. We have all studied, struggled, cried, and dreamed our way to this day. Our class has endured what many have termed unprecedented times more often than we would have liked. Most, if not all of us, had our education impacted by a pandemic, forcing us to adapt repeatedly. All of that in addition to the anxieties and insecurities that inevitably come with being a student. Yeah, it hasn't been easy on us. But now, here we are, all dressed up, wearing our caps and our gowns. This is it. We did what seemed impossible to our first-year selves who couldn't find their classrooms on the first day of classes. We have all beautifully and wonderfully overcome our fears and challenges, both academically and self-imposed. And I cannot stress enough how huge of an accomplishment this is. I feel extremely privileged to be graduating and to be speaking before you all. That's why I feel it's my duty to use my privilege and my voice to talk about issues happening right now. As we celebrate graduating from university, let me remind you there are no universities left in Gaza, and there are atrocities being committed against the people of Palestine every single day. There are also 100,000 people in my home state in southern Brazil who had their education impacted by the devastating floods last month, and 1 million who lost everything. As graduates, we must use our privilege and our voices to advocate for these pressing issues and so many others. The times we're living are definitely challenging, but I find peace in knowing that the future is in our hands, in the hands of amazing people like you. I know you will all do great things because I've seen you doing it already. And now, on behalf of Alumni UBC, I'm honored to welcome you into the alumni family. You now belong to a community of change makers and leaders that is almost 400,000 strong. Graduates like you who are looking to make a positive difference in the world. Visit the alumni welcome tent after a ceremony and see what it means to be a new member of the alumni family. Congratulations, we did it. Thank you. Obrigada.
Thank you so much, Livia. Will the candidates for the degrees please rise as you are able? So I need you all to stand up. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting the candidates for degrees who have successfully completed their studies and fulfilled the conditions that the university has set for them. The Okanagan Senate of this university recommends them to you for the degrees that will be announced by a representative of the faculties. As each degree is officially conferred, the dean or representative of the faculty, and in the case of graduate students, the dean of the College of Graduate Studies, will congratulate the student. As each student passes the university mace, the symbol of authority of the chancellor who confers their degree, Rachel Eisen and Diana DeBear, members of the Alumni UBC, will present each student with an alumni handbook. Candidates, please be seated. Now, we're about to get to the really important part. But before we do, I need to share a few instructions with all of you who are going to come here onto the stage. So graduates will follow the instructions of the marshals to leave their seats and line up to graduate. You'll have 3 opportunities to have your photo taken. One on the floor before you walk up the ramp to the stage. One when you come onto the stage and are standing over to my right as your name is being read out. And another photo when you cross to meet the president. You'll notice that we placed footprints on the stage for the photo opportunities to indicate where you should stand, and it is a good idea to stand on those. It makes it easier for the photographer. Please do bring your folder with you that you will have received, and I have a really important tip for you all. You'll notice that on the cover of the folder, there's the coat of arms. Make sure it's the right way up, because you will look at your photo for years to come and go, oh, how could I have had that upside down? So make sure that it's the right way up. For those of you who are graduating with your PhDs and wish to be hooded on stage, please hand your hood to me and then face the audience and remove your hat. And if you're tall, I may need you to bend your knees as well. Okay, everybody ready? Let's get started.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Cassidy Beener. Dr. Beener explored differences in disclosure across child abuse types, along with factors that impact non-offending caregivers' ability to respond effectively to these disclosures. Her research contributes to a deeper understanding of the complexities involved in disclosing experiences of abuse and in providing support afterward. Findings can be used to guide intervention and response efforts. Dr. Beener. Sarah Daniels. Dr. Daniels examined how combining cannabis use with purposeful activity influenced well-being outcomes. She demonstrated that combining mindful movement with cannabis enhanced predictors of well-being. These findings will help cannabis users to maximize therapeutic outcomes. Dr. Daniels. Megumi Iyer. Dr. Iyer designed a brief online program that significantly enhanced psychology graduate training knowledge about and interest in clinical practice in a primary care setting. Her program can be integrated into nationwide training, moving toward reducing mental health care barriers by promoting the presence of psychology in primary care. Dr. Iyer. Kaylee Meisner. Dr. Meisner developed and examined a novel adolescent body image program. Her program, called Be Myself, is the first to integrate mindfulness, yoga, and self-compassion with media literacy and other evidence-based topics to help young girls develop a healthy and positive relationship with their bodies. The Be Myself program showed promise in a small sample and was endorsed by community stakeholders, demonstrating strong potential for the prevention of negative body image in adolescent girls. Dr. Meisner. Maya Pillin. Dr. Pillin studied how people's emotions change when they consume alcohol. She found that before they start drinking, they expect their emotions to be more intense than what they actually feel later. As they drink, their emotions intensify. This research provides a theoretical background to help people make healthier alcohol use decisions. Dr. Pillin. Catherine Rose. Dr. Rose evaluated the phased interview model of suspect interviewing, Canada's national interviewing protocol. Her research provides the first empirical support for this model's intended implementation and its usefulness for gathering information. This research assists Canadian police in gathering consistently admissible information to further investigations of serious crimes like homicide and helps lead to legal outcomes that enhance the safety of our communities. Dr. Rose. Michelle St. Pierre. Dr. St. Pierre developed a naturalistic cannabis administration protocol to study the effects of inhaled cannabis on cognition in a naturalistic setting. She found that frequent cannabis users demonstrated equivalent cognitive performance across cannabis and non-cannabis assessments. This approach helps improve the validity of future cannabis research. Dr. St. Pierre. Okay.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Amane Haliki Asakawa. Natasha Qatar. Jason Levy Scott. Jamie Stewart. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Science. Taif Unjum. Jinghong Chen. Xinghua Chen. Yiming David Ding. Abhav Gupta. Shotabdi Das. Namrata Kundu. Kyle Valentine Ranslam. Sayan Sadhukwan. Abjit Sharma. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, and I also have the pleasure of presenting to you the University of British Columbia Medal in Bachelor of Science, head of the graduating class, Seth Lincoln Akins. Ferdinand Carl Haben. Satanshu Mishra. Kiet Phan. Teresa Saller. Justin Shonett. Abhinav Thota. Yuki Su. Andre Rado Zippis. Abhijit Ashok. Nathania Joanna Hadrajaja. Ravi Amir Santiago Bullock. Hanin Abu Hijle. Gerber Singh Amrit. Mackenzie Atkins. Daria Bhatia. Sanvat Singh Brar. Pak In Chan. Shreyasi Chauhan. Nick Chen. Wenru Chen. Elizabeth Chessman. Nikhil Chiklia. Yanyeger Dylan. Connor Doman. Gerard Escalano. Sydney Tu Young Fang. Archita Gatani. Corinne Delipsy Gohill. Ryan Grant. Henry Agostino Gunanwan. Ishan Gupta. Ishita Gupta. Jia Juan Huang. Isa Hashim. Mitchell Hassak. Hamid Karim. Lakshay Karnwal. Mohammad Irfan Kazemi. Jun Sik Kim. Sten Korver. Adrian Ardika Kusuma. Randy Yoon Jae Lee. Harkirat Singh Lit. Esteban Martinez. Joshua Marenya Quiero. Gyu Min Mun. Philip Okori. Oluwa Yamisi Agungabemi. Sit Hum Pang. Sahaj Veer Singh Panu. Aryaman Patil. Cale Pearson. Sheila Raman. Saksham Rana. Shahir Shoaib. Justin Tom. Aditya Raj Tripathi. Paul Isaac Unger. Ryder Van Orley. Griffin Charles Wilczuk. Sierra Williams. Chi-Min Shu. Charvi Yadas. Bulu Watifa Yomi Adeyami. Livia Zalila. Jiayin Chang. Zetian Zhao. Edwin Zhu. Yuan Zhu. Gabriel McLaughlin. Muhammad Abu Bakar. Matthew Halim. Aaron Hebert. Sajana Reddy Kancham Reddy. Kieran James Malott. Lean Nok Khan Win. Jason Ramos. Anna Sivakua. Akshaj Srinivasan. Liam Rasmussen. Angelina Squayotox Pinchback. Doga Alina Kirilmus. Joshua Taylor Milliken. Ane Parikh. Maxwell Becker. Cody DeLerme. Noah Christian Janes. Abhishek Madeo. Jake Grayson Sheridan. Maxwell Tidman. Justin Vasquez. Joseph Chu Zi Huan. Jaden Dick. Jordan Ellard. Brett Allen Bernard. Diana Bazorgtar. Tessa Burton. Kelsey Falk. Chethan Ganakar. Caleb Andrew Harris. Gurkirat Sidhu. Ronald White. Jun Ho Yoon. Pamela Ate Ank. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. Xuan Wu. Daniel Nathan Barr. Jasmine Chen. Laura Decker. Diana Gareth. Matea Henderson. Kushi Shailesh Jain. Angeliki Iliana Luluthi. Jitikasud Arang Aki. Jasmine E. Steed. Anisha Parikh. Harshita Gupta. Lacey Dixon. Sophia Ainsa Luch. Neda Al Mubarak. Aliana Diane Anderson. Kaylee Christina Armbruster. Ashley Bamping. Alicia Barlow. Mahima Batra. Abigail Grace Noel Baxter. Sarah L. Bellows. Addison Barish. Lindsay Bouvier. Emma Lynn Brennan. Darby Jade Campbell. Rebecca Catramboni. Trishna Chakraverti. Dhriti Chauhan. August Jewel Tiffany Cooper Baker. Aiden Creary. Paris Ann Crichton Fodder. Paige Aurora Dalby. Daniela Daly. Harman Dhaliwal. Ala Al-Buzrati. Amy Vanessa Nicole Epp. Kiana Arisman. Rachel Elise Ernst. Jezreel Ruth Escobar Espiritu. Morgan Evans. Yujia Feng. Crystal Jasmine Foster. JC Mary Lynn Frampton. Julie Frechette. Cassidy Gaulis. Cameron Elizabeth Guthrie. Micaela Gutierrez Campos. Xiaomin Yue He. Eileen Heath. Brianna Hillis. Rachel Annie Hintz. Hao Chi Shui. Julia Maya Hunter. Kathleen M. Hyde-Lay. Alina Isobi. Mackenzie Ann Carr. Raina Drew Kickbush. Chelsea Ray Kind. Cicely Faye Nittal Alphen. Jordan Court. Lexi Kozler. Genevieve Marie Lagrange. Zoe Lang. Ingai Hing Liang. Haley Roseanne Lockhart. Jenna Marie McLeod. Sharfanaz Mahabab. Malena Mastrodonato. Gabriel Matatal. Georgia Renee Davis Mayhew. Jada McGregor. Elijah McKittrick. Kelbray Mellum. Alicia Sophia Montpellier. Wendy Moore. Estefania Moreno Castro. Genevieve Murphy. Olivia Fern Nelson. Isaiah J. Nessman. Shelby A. Othiambo. Tiana Paling. Zubin Paul. Natasha E. Penko. Sophia Poirier. Caitlin Power. Hannah Nicole Price. Lindsay Blair Proctor. Gabrielle Rondeau. Destiny Stella Melinda Rubia. Mallory Rusk. Kendra Russell. Jaden Russell Sperling. Reem Shaban. Muskan Sharma. Abigail Van Sittler. Genevieve Ann Smith. Ania Soni. Michaela Cheryl Stewart. Katerina Stoller. Brooklyn Michelle Swissera. Morgan Taliani. Sky Tallman. Kelsey Thompson. Trenton J. Tissington. Tamaris Tulake. Elizaveta Tunina. Peyton Vance. Regan Varnier. Alexandra Isabella Vasquez. Luisa Daniela Vasquez Barrera. John Kim Vera. Amanda Wozchuk. Alexis Gale Watson. Tatum Webster. Madeline Weeb. Taylor H. Wood. Jordan Ashley Yendley. Erica Rosemary York. Quinn Emma Yorachuk. Jessica Zacharias. Jessica Zarovny. Christian Zentino. Emily Noel Oliver. Gracie Lee McNichol. Clarissa Franza. Samina Cayo Barantes. Shinyo Shan. Dana Christakis. Adrian Janelle Heinrichs. Vivian Jacobs. Mia Joy Nibby. Carly McCune. Amira Mejra Mataro. Kenya Studley. Brianna Harfman. Brooke Boyer. Drew Harris. Yuet Lam Karina Liu. Morelia Crux. Sydney Rose Bourne. Mackenzie Jane Lenz. Yamal Alim. Grace Ann DeFeo. Amanda Dillon. Katrina Henkelman. Jesselyn Nanabida. Paige Stry. Mackenzie Joy Turner. Casey Wright. Peyton Lynch. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science. Marie Brar. Livia Gallarti di Oliveri. Brianna Landers. Laura Jane Moore. Aisha Rishi. Ramanveer Sangha. Lily Shoemaker. Anastasia Seisnova. Olivia Inez Solano. Lakota R. Thomas. Victoria Vasilieva. Kushi Brar. Shiva Natarajan. Amy West. Erdina Sufia Binti Izamis Kandar. Juma Kwok. Adrahita Aurora. Spandar Surashkam Gavuria. Madeline Adams. Mojisola Odegbulugbi. Nural Shafiq Binti Ahmed Ghazali. Shrey Bajaj. Amelia Laura Cooper. Cody Sear. Jessica Daly. Jasreet Dillon. Joanna Ellen Fear. Katrina Emma Filipenko. Carla Gail Fulton. Bria Gainey. Anup Kaur Gill. Kylie Johnston. Jordan Kempf. Cheyenne Craig. Sarah Ann Lacusta. Brooke Lindberg. Rebecca Logan. Lachlan Reed McKenzie. Paris Masters. Taya McCartney. Kelly M. McCombie. Eilish McGee McEwen. Caitlin Murdoch. Drayton Richard Nelms. Zachary Nicholas Nielsen. Danae Putz. Morella Marie Barbara Ramsey. Khair Ranshad. Tina Riza. Moira Roadhouse. Sophia Karina Robinson. Rosa Siu Lynn Rodriguez. Madison Sayers. Sydney Schofield. Anjali Kaur Sehgal. Thomas Semprez. Tamana Sharma. Faith Ann Thompson. Kyle Aldrin Valido. Caleb Wheaton Blatkowitz. Maya Anderson. Ziying Feng. Kiana C. Haycock. Rachel Hedger. Nancy Jiayi Liu. Samadrita Pathak. Jobin Singh Sood. Arohi Srivastuva. Mariant Pina. Zoe Dawn Smith. Rasmeet Kaur Sidhu.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Point. My Stalo traditional name is Hulikoltol, and I'm honored to be the first Indigenous Chancellor for the University of British Columbia. It gives me great pleasure to be celebrating with you today and presiding over this ceremony. Will all of the graduates please rise as you are able for one last time? For those graduates who just crossed the stage today, and for all those who are unable to attend today's ceremony, with respect to the appropriate degrees shown on the program, I, as your Chancellor, hereby admit you to the Convocation of the University of British Columbia. Congratulations to each and every one of you. All right, sit down, sit down. You look terrific, by the way. You look terrific. As Chancellor, it has been my great honor and privilege to join you today and to have admitted you to the Convocation of UBC. All of you have invested a great deal of determination, focus, and hard work to obtain your degrees. You've had a lot of support along the way from your family, friends, and peers. Many of them are here in this hall today to celebrate with you, and some have joined online to watch. So I think this would be the perfect time to turn around and show them your appreciation. Let's give your families a huge round of applause, graduates. And let's not forget our teachers, the faculty members on stage today. Can we thank them as well? It is also my honor and privilege to welcome you as the newest members of Alumni UBC. You are now part of a global network of more than 400,000 UBC graduates who live and work in 160 countries around the world. Your life's journey has brought you this far, and I'm sure you have a great distance yet to travel. I wish to acknowledge your amazing achievement and also acknowledge your hard work and sacrifices made during your time here at UBC. And thank you for choosing our university for your studies. I want to pause for just a moment to talk about what I call life lessons. Indigenous people have come through colonialism. They've come through great disasters. And in your life, you will also face challenges. You will face difficult times. When you step out of these halls, some of you will start your own business. Some of you will be seeking employment with government and maybe other corporations. At that time, you'll be asked to step into an interview. They will look at your CV, the degrees that you've obtained today. I might stop and say that you've dressed up today for this ceremony, but your 4 years have prepared you for the rest of your life. What your employers are going to be looking for is not just how well you did at school, but also something more tangible and even more important. They want to look at your character. They want to know what lessons you've learned in life so far. Life's lessons are very subtle sometimes. They're not always apparent because we spend so much of our time in social chit-chat, meaningless dialogue that has nothing to do with social issues that we face today. Being generous with your knowledge and your time is an important lesson. Being kind to yourself and kind to others. Being present for others in need. Finding strength in our vulnerability. These are great life lessons. Can you be trusted to work even though you're not being supervised? Can you be counted on to show up on time every day and to do your best? Can you check your assumptions and your biases every morning? Your life's mission is simply this: find a good teacher, empty your cup, that is, check in your ego, and proceed through your life with caution, remembering the lessons that you've learned not only at university, but in your lifetime. Remember that we all create our future by that which we think, say, and do, that we live in a circle and we gain that which we give out. So don't forget to give back to someone who needs your help, for it's in giving that we manifest true happiness for ourselves. Once again, class of 2024, University of British Columbia, Okanagan, congratulations to each and every one of you.
Everyone, let me take this opportunity to recognize and thank two very special people. First, our great Chancellor, Stephen Point, for hosting today's ceremony. Thank you, Stephen. And of course, our remarkable honorary degree recipient, Dr. Deborah Buzzard. Thank you, Deborah. Great to have you. Congratulations again. And with that, graduates and guests, this brings our ceremony towards a close. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Graduates, I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have and that you'll be able to join us following the ceremony. Your processions will take you first to Lot M to reconnect with your guests, a great opportunity to take pictures. We also invite you to stop in the Alumni UBC tent for light refreshments with your friends and with your family. And it's also an opportunity, I'm told, to activate your new Alumni UBC app as you begin your journey of becoming part of our global alumni family, 400,000 strong. Guests, thank you again for coming. We request that you remain in your seats until the academic processions have left the building. But before I let everybody go, we have one more big and important moment. Parents and family, this is a photo op, so get your cameras ready. This is the time-honored tradition known as the cap toss. You've been waiting for years, you've seen all the big movies, now it's your turn to do the cap toss, so let's do this right. The key to a successful cap toss, there's two. One is synchronization, we need to do it all together, and two is altitude, it needs to go high. The altitude is fully in your hands, and I'll try to help with the synchronization with a prompt. So first with the graduates, please rise as you're able. Let's prepare for the toss. Remove your caps, but don't toss it yet. Hold it in your hands. In a moment, I'll wish everyone one final congratulations on behalf of the great University of British Columbia. And when I end this, when I say the word Columbia, that will be your cue to toss your caps high into the air. And parents, that's your cue to snap great pictures. Everybody ready? I'm going to ramp up to it. Mr. Chancellor, Dr. Buzzard, Principal Cormack, dignitaries, families, and friends, please join me in congratulating once again the 2024 graduates of the University of British Columbia. Well done, everybody. Well done. Thank you for coming.